Hi, everybody. It's Dr. Wandalee McPhee from Beyond Your Wildest Genes podcast and as well Beyond Your Wildest Genes Academy. So today I'm joined with my partners, Dr. Michael Akinfora and Dr. Noah DeCoyer, because we have some very special announcements to make. So maybe not all of you know when you're listening to our podcast that we also have an additional company, the Beyond Your Wildest Genes Academy. And that is an integrated online learning resource. We've taken our combined 50 plus years of clinical experience, our tens of thousands of hours of additional graduate studies, our ongoing experience with educating patients and teaching, as well as some of the additional special courses that we've been involved in over the years. And we've combined those into cutting-edge health material for you. And that's a way that you can access all of this information integrated together on your computer, on your phone, on your tablet, wherever you are. So in the course of doing this, we've actually been listening really carefully to some of the questions that have come up, either through our Facebook page, through this podcast, through those courses. We've looked at where your interests really have been piqued and where people had the most confusion about some of our messaging. So we've created some really exciting new free resources for everyone. We've taken some of the material and expanded into 4 free guides. These are all totally free, downloadable PDFs, guides for the goddess, ways for you to take yourself into a new level of well-being. And we also have a free 3-part video series, which we've created digging a little bit deeper into some of those core Getting to Goddess fundamental pieces. So our full Getting to Goddess program, of course, is a 12-module, multi-layered, really involved and wonderfully deep program, getting women to their healthiest selves. But for those of you who want a little bit of a taste of that, that's where we can start here. So that's enough for me for right now. So let me introduce my 2 partners, because some of you may not know that there's all 3 of us on most of these programs. And we'll start with you, Dr. Michael. How are you tonight?
Good, Wandalee. How are you?
Very good. And Dr. Noah, down below, how are you?
I'm super great. How are you guys tonight?
Fantastic. The great part about being on the internet is the 3 of us, of course, can be in completely different parts of the world, in fact, in different countries, and be all talking together with you at one time, which is one of the things I love the most about this. So, Dr. Noah, I'm going to get you to start with us a little bit and talk about the 4 free goddess guides first, those 4 guides that we've created.
Yeah, I'd absolutely love to. So let's start with the Goddess Guide to Essential Oils. This helps you in a very easy and simple way to introduce this incredibly time-tested modality into your life and daily routine. The PDF will help guide you in creating your own personal essential oil toolbox or kit, which I personally love, and I have one of my own. But starting with an essential oil like lavender, which helps promote sleep, and discussing other oils like patchouli, which always links me back to when I was a kid and all the Deadheads and the Grateful Dead used to come into my town and just take over my town back in the day. So that I have a link with. And even things like frankincense, which is called the king of oils and which has been shown to have tremendous anti-cancer properties. Next, we look at the Kitchen and Pantry Purge, which is an amazing guide for you to remove the most detrimental foods, beverages, sweeteners, and health-harming items that are lurking in your pantry. If you just start by removing 80% of these foods, your brain and body will thank you tremendously and quickly. Personally, for me, I love to know what I shouldn't be eating, even more so than what I need to be eating. But that's me personally. Sleep, and funny enough, sleep, you see me wearing my blue blocking lenses, and we talk about this and why this helps you sleep better. But sleep continues to be the unsung hero in creating the healthy life you deserve to live. In the top 7 secrets to sleep through the night, we take a simple dive into the most productive strategies for great night's sleep. Another tip is stop with all the computer screens at least 1 hour before you go to bed. And the last downloadable PDF is the Stress Impact Tool. This is a simple tool that helps you identify your key stressors, puts them into perspective, how they affect your life, and then allows you and leads you to making the necessary changes to take charge of these stressors and turn them into a eustress or a better stress that's actually benefiting you. I love this tool, and I use it multiple times a year just to kind of get me back and focused and in the right direction.
Thanks a lot, Dr. Noah. So I think for those of you who have, been involved in women's health like we have over the years, stress, eating, sleep, and essential oils, those are some pretty hot buttons for most women. And, it's one of the feedback pieces that we've got, though, over the year we've been doing this program is, well, obviously I'm a woman, but the other two people on this program with me are not women. So why, Dr. Mike, I'm going to leave this one on your lap. So one thing people wonder, why do you guys feel so impassioned about helping women live healthier lives? Because I know, working with you day in and day out, how much you guys are involved in really creating healthy lives for not just the women in your lives, but the women in your practices and in your communities. So why does it matter to you?
Well, it's evident that, number one, women are more important species.
Well, there we can stop now. We're all done.
Yeah,
we're done.
We're all done.
Good night.
Amen.
But honestly, having and I discussed this in these modules, and in the guides too, where my wife Denise is a cancer survivor, and without the knowledge that we have, if we just kept this knowledge to ourselves, it's kind of worthless. It's Francis Bacon that said knowledge is power, but it really is the application of the knowledge that's power. So it is our mission to educate, empower, inspire, and transform our community. And this starts at home for both Noah and I, with our wives, for me, with my daughter. So this is why this matters. It is translated in our practice every day that is made up predominantly of women. And it's only after dad or the husband or the boyfriend starts to see how well they're doing that they're like, oh, I need to get some of this because this is fantastic. So this is why we do this. This is the reach that we're looking for, our global community that we're trying to help and transform lives.
Well, I couldn't say it any better than that. That's absolutely exactly why we started here, Getting to Goddess, starting with, really helping women transform first their own lives, then their families, then their communities, and by extension, the entire world that we live in. So we have the 4 free guides. One other thing we've created that's free as well is a free 3-part video series. With the Getting to Goddess program, it is a big bite. It's been tremendously well received and lots of great feedback from it. Some people wanted a little bit of a sample, find out a little bit more about the components of the full Getting to Goddess program. Give us some steps that we can start with and see how we like it. And so I recorded 3 videos, probably around 10 to 15 minutes each, and they dive deep into the 3 parts of the Getting to Goddess program. So we talk about the emotional pillar of health. We talk about stress and values and well-being from an emotional point of view. We talk about the physical pillar of health, so lots of stuff about exercise and sitting and hormones. And then we talk about the chemical pillar of health. So we're going to talk a lot about how to keep your environment clean and what you need to eat and those types of things as well. So those videos kind of blend everything together and give you a really good sense of what you could do right now. No obligation, no cost, things that you can take and use today. And then, of course, when you want more, we have the full Getting to Goddess program as well. So before we go on any further, Dr. Noah, do you want to put those links out here? I know some people are going to be driving and they're going to be listening and they may not have it handy, but they are going to be in the show notes. But just in case someone wants to write these down right now or can remember them, the links to those PDFs. Yeah,
they're really easy. That's the beauty of creating these links. So the first one for the kitchen and pantry purge is kitchenpurgegoddess.com. The essential oil guide is essentialoilguidegoddess.com. Distress impact tool is stressassessmentgoddess.com. And the 7 tools for a great night's sleep is sleepsecretsgoddess.com. Super, super simple. Take you directly to these PDFs so you can download them and use them immediately.
That's awesome. And Dr. Michael, any last words as we sign off?
The one thing that pops into my head is that that saying by Marianne Williamson, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is we are powerful beyond all measure. It's our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. That's what's happening today. That's what's happening right now. We are afraid of our light. And it's the darkness that we're overcoming. But that's what popped into my mind at this time. Thanks, Wendell.
Thank you. So some of you guys who have listened to us talk about some of these topics before, maybe have heard me on some other recordings, you know that my favorite story is listening to the airline stewardess and really concentrating on some of the life lessons that you get from travel. But if you haven't heard it, just listen to it one more time. Or maybe if you have heard it, it's worth listening to again. Because anyone who's flown in an airplane, you know that the thing that they tell you to do in case of an emergency is to put on your oxygen mask. You know, they're definitely interested in your health and well-being, you coming out of any kind of situation in as best a position as possible. They don't say run around the plane and put your kids' oxygen masks on first. They don't say run around the plane and, save the guy next to you. They say put your oxygen mask on first before helping other people. Doesn't mean you can't help other people, but you are of no use to anybody else if you're passed out because you don't have enough oxygen. So I think that that's really a lesson that we all probably could stand to listen to on a daily basis. Take the time to put your own oxygen mask on. And what we kept in the back of our mind the entire time we're developing these free gifts and these videos and these courses is what can we do to help you put your own oxygen mask on? As clinicians, we help people every day. We give them, treatment, we give them tools, but really it's what you do for yourself that's going to make the biggest impact long term. So we're just giving you the chance to take a few minutes to put your own oxygen mask on. And we hope you take advantage of this. So thanks everybody for listening. My name is Dr. Wendell McPhee. I'm here with my partners, Dr. Michael Akinfora and Dr. Noah DeCoyer. We are Beyond Your Wildest Genes podcast. And if you've liked what you've heard, please take the time to share it with someone else. If there's someone you know who should hear this message or could benefit from some of these free downloads or our video series, please feel free to share it and pass it on. The more people who hear this message, the more people who can make one small change for themselves, the better our entire world and our entire planet is going to be. So if you like what you hear, also feel free to leave us a rating on iTunes. The more people who see us with a 5-star rating, the more people we can reach as well. So we're happy to have you do that. Our podcast is, as always, downloadable on iTunes, on Podomatic, and on our website, www.beyondyourwildestgenes.com. So thanks again for joining us, and we hope to see you here again soon.
Bye now.
Bye.